Hi and welcome back. My name is Rajni and today we'll be talking about another really important topic that a lot of companies don't really talk about, and they don't really train you on this, but it is extremely important in your professional life. So today we'll be talking about feedback and more specifically about receiving feedback. So let's discuss this. So the first thing that we need to understand obviously is what is feedback. So feedback is anything that is told to you by anybody who is senior to you. So it could be your immediate supervisor, your boss, your manager, a quality analyst or a trainer or even a mentor or anybody who is more senior than you in the team. Anything that they tell you can be feedback. So first of all, let's try to differentiate between what is feedback and what is just regular advice that somebody could be giving to you, or they could be making conversation with you. Anything that they tell you regarding your work, so in terms of your performance, in terms of what kind of procedures you follow, what is your working style, what is your output, your productivity, anything that they tell you regarding your work life is definitely feedback. So for example, if they tell you that you are taking too much time to make a report, or if the formatting in the report is wrong, if you are making mistakes in what you're doing, all that would be counted as feedback. But apart from this, they could be telling you some personal things also, which could be feedback. You could also receive feedback on your attitude, about what kind of team player you are. You could receive feedback regarding the policies of the company. For example, for your attitude, they could tell you that you're too friendly or you're too aggressive and you need to tone down a little bit. In terms of policies, they could tell you that you're not following the dress code of the company and you're not dressing as you should. They could give you feedback related to hygiene. We've talked about this before in other videos. So in terms of how many breaks you're taking and how much time you're spending at work doing what you're supposed to be doing, and anything related to attitude, about following instructions, and also about how you interact with your peers and your seniors. So feedback could be any of these things. So basically any kind of advice that you get at work can be considered as feedback, unless it's just you being friends with somebody and making small talk. So be very careful about how you handle feedback or any advice that's being given to you, and how seriously you are accepting and applying it. Okay, now that we've understood what feedback is, let's try and understand some do's and don'ts of receiving feedback. So the first thing that I would tell you is to follow a very common saying in war and politics, which is don't shoot the messenger. What it means is that if you get bad news, don't shoot who's giving you that news. So generally what happens is when we receive feedback, it is human nature to become defensive, in the sense that no, I didn't do that, or I did that in the best intention, I did that because so and so, this happened, that happened. So we go into a defensive kind of stance and we start giving explanation. And also what we do is we start blaming the person who's giving us the feedback, because we don't like what they're telling us. So feedback is generally either positive or negative. In layman's terms, we would say positive or negative, but when we look at the feedback, we should be saying that it's positive feedback or constructive feedback, which means that even if it's negative, they're telling you something which means that you should be fixing that. So they're giving you constructive advice or something that you can build something with. So for example, if I tell you that you sound very aggressive on a phone call, then it is constructive in the sense that you know now that you shouldn't sound aggressive and you have to make efforts to sound more soft and more polite. So like I said before, you should not shoot the messenger, which means that if somebody is giving you constructive feedback, you should not focus on how they are giving the feedback or why they're giving the feedback, why it's negative, or if they are using harsh terms or harsh language. Just focus on what the material or the content of the feedback is. So just focus on the fact that your tone can sound aggressive and I should be fixing the tone of my voice and the kind of words that I'm using, and I should try to become more professional and polite on the call. Now, like I told you in earlier videos about different types of interviewers and different types of bosses, you can have different types of people who give you feedback. So not everyone is alike. Somebody could be giving you the feedback very strictly, somebody could be giving it to you aggressively, and some people can give you feedback very nicely. So don't focus too much on how they are giving you feedback, how aggressive they are, or if you don't like the feedback, if it sounds too negative. Try to pick out the constructive parts of the feedback and focus on that and try to fix that. Next is to listen. Sounds easy, right? Believe me, it's not. So if you ask anybody who's ever given feedback to anyone, this is the most difficult thing that we come across, which is people not ready to listen and always ready to give explanations. So if you are receiving feedback, the best thing to do is to listen and to accept what's being told to you, unless it's absolutely wrong. Even then, hear them out and then tell them later how you disagree with them. But generally, if somebody is giving you feedback, they likely know what they're talking about. So a good thing to do is to listen patiently, try to understand what they're trying to tell you, and accept it and apply it in what you do and how you work. When people don't listen, they can get into a very argumentative kind of mode where they start telling the other person that, oh, if you're telling me this happened because of this, and all of these things which I told you earlier. So just listen and apply. Next is to ask questions. So when feedback is being given to you, a good idea is to listen to it, and then once they've given you the feedback broadly, then you can start asking questions. So for example, you can say something like, okay, so you know how I did this wrong, can you tell me how I can do this better? Or if they tell you that you said something wrong, you can ask them, could you tell me how to rephrase this? So this shows good attitude. This shows that you're willing to learn, and they would be happy to answer your questions. Another thing that you can do is you can start making notes when you're receiving feedback. In fact, this is the right thing to do. So if you're being professional, if ever you are being called to receive feedback, make sure that you carry a notepad and you start making notes of all the feedback that you're receiving. This shows sincerity. So if you are receiving feedback and you're noting down the points where you need to work and your areas of improvement, then the person who's giving you the feedback knows that you're taking it positively and it looks like you're going to work on it. So this obviously looks very professional, and it shows that you're willing to work on yourself and on your career. After this, you should start practicing the feedback and keep a track. So I have worked with really professional employees who have been very positive about receiving feedback. They make notes, and what some of them do is that they note down the key points on a piece of paper or a post-it, and then they stick it at their work desk so that they can keep referring to it and start making the changes. So this is obviously a good idea. So what you can do is, once you receive the feedback, you can go back to your workstation and you should consciously start applying the feedback. So you can make it like a checklist and keep tracking whether you are able to apply all of the feedback or not. If not, then you can always go back to your SME and ask them to help you apply the feedback better. So you should apply the feedback that you receive, and you should keep tracking if you are able to apply all of it or not. Okay, and the last point in the do's is to check your progress with the SME. So another good idea is, after you've received the feedback and you've been applying the feedback and you've been tracking it yourself to see whether you're able to apply all of it or not, then what you can do is, after some time has passed, you can go up to the SME or the subject matter expert who shared the feedback with you and check with them. How am I doing now? Am I getting any better? So again, you're showing your proactiveness. You're showing them that, listen, I have received your feedback. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to learn. And I'm also willing to see my progress. So please tell me, how am I doing now? Do I still need more feedback? Do I still need to work more on myself? Or am I doing better than before? So by doing this, again, you're showing professionalism. You're showing good attitude. You're showing them that you're willing to learn. And this will always go in your favor. Alright, now let's quickly look at some don'ts. The first thing that you shouldn't do is to argue. Now, again, the definition of argument varies from person to person. Generally, when we are arguing, we don't even realize that we are arguing because we think that I'm just presenting my side of the story, or I was just presenting my point of view. So, in a situation where you're receiving feedback, again, like I said, it's human nature to get defensive, and we don't even realize that we've started arguing. Please don't argue. I think I've given you enough examples of this. Just patiently listen and try to accept what's being told to you. Next is, don't get defensive and justify why you did something or how you did it. So another thing that people end up doing is they end up over explaining themselves. So they get defensive, they start saying, okay, this happened because of this, blah, blah, blah. So it becomes a very lengthy discussion where, in fact, maybe the person who wanted to share the feedback with you, maybe they just had 2 or 3 points that they quickly wanted to share with you. But because you went into that defensive mode and started explaining too much, it just stretches and becomes really exhausting both for you and for them. So try to keep it professional. Try to just go receive the feedback, make notes, and go back and apply it. My favorite point: please don't play ping pong or table tennis, which means I hit it from here, you give it back. I hit it from here, you give it back. So it shouldn't become a back and forth kind of thing where if I'm trying to give you feedback, you have to say something back. Then I try to share some other piece of feedback and you have to give it back. So again, like I said, you have to go in with the frame of mind that this is positive, this is constructive. Let me listen to it and absorb it. So don't go back and forth, which again would turn into an argument. Next is, don't play the blame game. So again, it's human nature that anytime I tell you you did something wrong, you'll be like, it wasn't me, it was somebody else. So we try to pass the blame on to somebody else. So in most cases, you would blame your customer or your client and you would say, well, I had to say it because he was doing something wrong, or I said it because he said something first, so I had to reply, or something like that. So we end up blaming the other person in that situation. Sometimes you end up blaming the person who's giving you the feedback. So your quality analyst or your trainer or your supervisor, you can say, I didn't like the way you told me this. Maybe you can say something like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. This is my job profile. I know how to get my job done. Who is he to tell me how to do it? So this all becomes like a blame game. And again, if you focus too much on who is telling you something or why they're telling you something and not focus on the positive side or the constructive side of it, you will never benefit from the feedback. So try to remember that it's for your own good and that you don't really need to blame anybody. You can be professional and just accept it. Don't show defensive body language. So when you're receiving feedback, like I said earlier, some of it can be constructive, or if you consider it honestly, then it can be a little negative. So it can be upsetting, but don't show negative body language where you're crossing your arms, squinting your eyes like, okay, what else? Or you're rolling your eyes like, I didn't even do that. Or you full-fledged lose your temper and it shows in your aggressive body language. So make sure that your body language is neutral to positive. Of course, you shouldn't be laughing through it, but just like I said, be open-minded, keep your body language and your attitude also open, and accept the feedback. Another important thing is not to get upset. So remember that very funny scene from Tanu Weds Manu where you can be like, I like your feedback, but it hurt me. So don't go into that zone where you get so upset or so hurt by the feedback that you start crying or you get really upset. Again, take it positively because it is meant for your own good. So don't get defensive, aggressive, or upset. And the last and most important don't make an issue out of it. So like I told you earlier, your feedback is supposed to be constructive. It's supposed to make your performance even better. So please don't try to make an issue out of it where you lose your temper, you start crying, you start complaining, you go and complain about the person who's giving you the feedback to their senior or your senior. Maybe you escalate it, maybe you write an email and say, I didn't like the feedback, or I felt like I was being attacked, or whatever it is. Because anytime you don't accept feedback, you may not know this, but we always note down your reaction to feedback. So I have written in the past that is resistant to feedback or is closed to feedback. So we make a note of anybody who's not taking feedback well, and we also make a note when we are giving the same feedback to somebody repeatedly and they are not applying the feedback. Understand that these signs are about your attitude and not about your performance. So if I give you a piece of feedback about your performance and you're not applying it because you're resisting to it, then it becomes an attitude issue. And I've spoken about this before, and I will tell you again that if your performance is not good, the company might not get rid of you, or they might not consider firing you. However, if your attitude is wrong, and if there is a problem with your attitude, that's when the company thinks that maybe you're not the right fit for that company. And understand that nobody is indispensable. Anybody who's working in a company, the company expects them to learn and get better. So if you start becoming stubborn and resistant, they'll just find a replacement for you. So don't ever make an issue out of the feedback that you're getting. Don't become personal. Don't become like, I don't like this person, he gave me feedback that I didn't like. Don't go into that zone, and stick to being positive. And the main focus should be to apply the feedback and to get better. So I hope that you consider these do's and don'ts and you take feedback more positively. And like I keep saying, it is for your own good. I hope that after applying the feedback that you receive, you get better and better, and you grow in the company and in your industry. So please let me know what you thought about this video. You can comment below and let me know what you thought, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.